how to test Bobbin Core inductors using the multimeter, and what is the difference between shielded inductors and unshielded inductors. So guys, those inductors are the most components that cause power failure in motherboards, and many professionals cannot figure out if those inductors are good or not using the multimeter. Today I'll show you how to test it correctly using many multimeter modes. So guys, welcome to the episode number 15. But please, before diving into this tutorial, I have decided to start testing components based on your comments. You get to choose what I test next. Just leave your suggestion in the comments, and the component that gets the most mentions will be the one I test in the next video. I am reading all your comments, so don't hesitate to share your ideas. And please, if you enjoy these videos and want to support my work, the best way to say thank you for me is by liking and sharing the video. It really helps a lot. So guys, let's learn about electronics together at a high level, one component at a time. So before starting this episode, which component should I test next? Please enter comments. So let's get started. So please, this video is divided into two parts, a theory part and a practical part, because this kind of component need the theory part in order to understand 100%. So let's get started. So basically, this kind of inductors, Bobbin Core inductors, are used for three main purposes. The first is to store energy, okay? The second, to filter noise, and the third, basically, it handles large currents. And of course, guys, we have shielded inductors and unshielded inductors. Basically, this is the best inductors, but it's expensive, low noise. Those with open coil are cheaper but with higher magnetic noise. So guys, shielded inductors with low noise are perfect for dense circuits where we find many components. But the unshielded inductors with higher noise cause interference in nearby components. So basically, this one is the best in comparison with the unshielded one. So in terms of testing, we can test it using the on mode or the continuity mode, or of course using LCR meter. So once we don't have the LCR meter, this is the mode we use, the on mode. And a healthy Bobbin Core inductors should show a very low resistance between 1 ohm to few ohms, basically 3 ohm. Of course, this range is depending on its size. Guys, please just stay tuned because we're gonna use the multimeter to test those inductors. But the theory matter, very important, especially for this kind of component, to avoid confusion. So please remember, good inductors shows 1 ohm to a few ohms, basically 3 ohms. Burned or open ones, you will get open line or infinite reading. Shorted, nearby 0 ohm. Remember, very important. Of course, as I told you, you can use the continuity mode. It's optional for quick test. So when using the continuity mode, if it beeps, the wire inside the inductor is continuous. But this testing doesn't mean it's still effective under load. That's why we have to use the on option. Final point before diving into testing is common mistakes to avoid. There is basically 3 common mistakes. Testing in circuits without knowing parallel parts. The second, thinking continuity equal good inductor. Not always. We always have to refer to OM option or LCR meter. The last one, ignoring size to resistance ratio. As I told you, the ratio or the reading has always a relation to the inductor size. So guys, in terms of references or values, this one for example 100 means what? So 100 equal to 10 microhenries, because here 0 means number of zeros. If you find for example 200 means 20 microhenries. But if you find for example, if you find 101, this one equal to 10, this 2, and 10, we will add 10 means 100 microhenries. But for example, if you find 4R7, this R is a decimal point equal to 4.7 microhenries. For example, 2R2 equal to 2.2 microhenries, etc. So now let's dive into testing, the practical part, the part everyone waiting for. So guys, let's begin with the continuity mode, just to check if the inductors are good, no damage in the wire. After that, we will pass to the OM option to be sure 100%. So let's begin with this one guys here. So one probe in this terminal, another probe here. We have a continuity, 0 in the multimeter. So let's test this one also, the red one probe here, another here. We have continuity, 0. But please, as I told you, the continuity mode, just for quick tests, we confirm that the wire inside is continuous, not cutted, but it doesn't mean it's still effective. So the last one, this one probe here, another here, we get continuity. Good. Now let's select the right mode, the OM option. Of course, we're gonna select 200 ohm. And of course, we have to find between 1 ohm to few ohms, about 3 ohm. Again, let's begin with this one here, the green one. So one probe here, another here. As you can see guys, we have 2 ohm, 1.7. Good. So this one is good. So what about this one? Of course, using the ohm option. One probe here, in this side, another here. As you can see, 1.5, 1 ohm. Good. Also good one. Now let's move on to the last one, unshielded one. We have to get the same reading. So let's find out. Okay, 1.5, about 1 ohm. Good. So these 3 inductors guys are good inductors. I hope that you understand. Please, for anyone who wants to thank me, the best way to say thank you is by liking and sharing this video with other friends. And please remember that our challenge is to reach 1000 component testing in this channel. So please, we have to help each other by liking and sharing the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon, because I'm going to upload one video for one different component in a daily basis. So thank you very much, and see you with another component.